Femeline My Life. Hello, we're here with Dr. Arien van der Merwe. Dr. van der Merwe is a medical doctor who has been in private practice for more than 30 years. She is also a public speaker and an internationally published author of over 17 books on health and wellness. Dr. van der Merwe, hello.
Hello.
A woman's monthly cycle requires different nutritional needs, but what are some of these needs that a woman has?
Yes, if we just look at, in generally, the basic support, first of all, we would look at antioxidant vitamins and minerals. That would be, for example, vitamin A, E, and C, and then the minerals like zinc and selenium. Very important would be your B complex vitamins. That would be then B1, 2, 3, and 5, and 6. Also B9, which is folic acid, is a very important supplement for women, especially through pregnancy and even preparing for pregnancy. And then biotin and choline, also part of the B complex. Then we will definitely need to include the mixed carotenoids. Also looking at vitamin D, a very important vitamin. Then your other minerals like calcium and magnesium, copper, iodine, iron, and manganese. The list really just goes on, but these are all really important that we have to take. Then another group that's very important would be the carotenoids. That's the most widespread group of naturally occurring pigments that we do find in nature. They are largely responsible for the red, yellow, and orange color of fruit and veggies, and are also found in many dark green vegetables. Their main functions are as antioxidants to protect the cells from the damaging effect of free radicals. They also provide a source of vitamin A. They're all vitamin A precursors, and they enhance the general healthy functioning of the immune system and, of course, the female reproductive system. So it's important that women take this in throughout all their life stages. And quite an interesting fact, corpus luteum means yellow body, and the yellow color is basically from the beta carotene. And it's an important point that that is the body, that part of the little body in our bigger body that actually concentrates the beta carotene to show that it's got a really important role to play in the female reproductive system.
Can you identify key nutrients and herbs and what the specific nutritional needs are for a woman during each life stage?
Yes, teens, younger adults to older adults, that would then be the reproductive years. Omega-3 and 6, like you would find in evening primrose oil, Angelica sinensis or donquai, the Mexican wild yam or Dioscorea villosa, then week 4 of the cycle to normalize and balance, and then preventing the PMS, mood swings, bloatedness or swelling. Then also looking at throughout the reproductive years, also supporting it with herbal remedies or botanicals. There we would look at chaste tree berry or Vitex agnus castus, donquai or Angelica sinensis, gotucola or pennywort, and then Mexican wild yam, which then would give us more of the progesterone sort of part of the cycle. And that we would then use the week or the last week of the cycle just before menstruation. Another important sort of range is the essential fatty acid, especially then evening primrose oil, also the week before menstruation, because it helps for dysmenorrhea or the painful period, also for premenstrual symptoms with the fluid retention and the moodiness and the bloatedness that some women might have, and that would then be the omega-6, and then we'd also need omega-3 to support the whole hormone cycle. The perimenopausal period would then be 3 to 6 years before menopause, menopause being when the cycles have stopped and a woman doesn't menstruate anymore. So 3 to 6 years before that happens, the cycles can become erratic or irregular, and there will normally then be longer periods or shorter periods between menstrual flow. Often the flow will be a lot heavier, a lot more painful or then dysmenorrhea, and there'll be mood swings, and that is because the estrogen and progesterone are gradually declining over a period of years, but there will still be some ovulation taking place. So that is an important period in a woman's life. One would use similar botanicals but every day, not just part of the cycle, and that would then be to support the lowering of the estrogen and progesterone levels, and then adding soy isoflavones in dosages depending on the symptoms, such as hot flushes. Now, the beauty of something like soy isoflavones, they can act like adaptogens within the female body, and they would support the normal function. So they do have a phytoestrogenic effect called plant estrogen, but it's 1 in 1,000 the potency of normal female estrogen. So they can actually block the receptor so that too much estrogen messages will not go into the cell. So it's a really good balancer that women can use. And then also to add L-glutamine and your alpha-lipoic acid, more for the older women. And then in mature women, adding coenzyme Q10. That is a very important coenzyme for power generators, the mitochondria of the cell, so that there's enough energy, and also again for longevity, and then also to support the heart. Then as part of the antioxidant regimes, very important then would be alpha-lipoic acid or L-glutamine for the positive aging or the longevity. Another important ingredient is the theanine. It's an extract from green tea that's very powerful in calming down. It also supports the whole female reproductive cycle actually. And then during the perimenopause period, it would also help women sort of to remain calmer and stay more sort of in a balanced mood.
So, Femalene My Life is a supplement that is now on the market, which has been specifically formulated to support a woman's monthly hormone cycle. Femalene My Life is formulated on a weekly basis and by life stage, from your teens right through to your senior years. Femalene My Life is conveniently packaged and color-coded.